We are battling the hard AI in Gloomhaven, and we are coming up to the first boss, Jekserah. Join us and watch what happens here on Legendary Tactics.
So tell me what's going on here.
Yeah, so we are heading off to the NECROMANCER'S SANCTUM, and that is where the first boss of Gloomhaven, Jekserah, is currently residing.
Okay. You have an encounter first of all, though.
We do have the encounter, and it's the falling rock. So we can take cover, or we can avoid the falling rocks. I try to take cover, but we suffer 4 damage. That one is pretty much a losing encounter, so you can't get around it. But, so anyway, we're going to head to the Necromancer's Sanctum. The only objective for this one, it's kind of interesting, is just to kill Jekserah. So you don't necessarily have to worry about the enemies if you can help it, but that's your number one goal. Now I know our little our objectives for each character went quick there, but the Berserker had to reveal a room tile, and Scoundrel had to not have anyone go exhausted this round. So
yeah, that one's usually a good one because I like, especially if there's only 2 characters, you can usually work it so that no one's exhausted. If you win the mission, then usually I find both characters are left standing. So that's a nice.
It's generally you're exactly right. Now the Berserker does have a card where it's kill anyone basically with one shot, but become immediately exhausted.
Oh.
So if you were on the press, so there is a potential. I don't know if I currently if I have it in my iteration of this deck, but I know it is in my options.
Nice.
So it is one that if you were if the 2 of you were alive and you had nothing left in the gas tank.
Yeah, that's interesting. So is that Jekserah there in the back?
No. She is lying in wait. This is just the first antechamber of many here. Yeah.
So you and your Maw of Madness, you love that.
It's such a great, and especially because I started off with 4 damage.
Oh yeah.
It'll instantly get me. And these 2 little Skeletors here don't have any retaliate, which is nice.
Yes, that's handy.
They do have shields, which is a little obnoxious, but
yeah.
We'll see if we can't make short work of them here.
Oh, that did a fair amount of damage, and maybe not what you were hoping to, but
it was better than nothing, and it did rejuvenate me to full strength. So that's
yes. So overall, was this a hard mission?
You know what? It was a little bit tricky. I would say 3 or 4 kicks at the can on this one. This one was not as difficult as some of the others I've faced, but it was you know what? It definitely was a bit of a trek. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Yeah. So you've got you're doing your throwing knife, your magic with your throwing knives there.
Oh, and I also went a little bit spend crazy, and I have these allies that I've purchased to join me along in my motley adventures. So you're gonna see some. You might see. You'll see if they creep out at all under
as the Scoundrel, did the Scoundrel poison a skeleton?
That's muddled. That's muddled. So they lose. I believe they lose
okay. I assume you can poison a skeleton, which seems hilarious to me, but whatever.
You may be able to poison, yeah. I'm sure it's possible.
Yeah. So yes, you move first as a Scoundrel. What's your move here?
So we're gonna go with the attack 3, and I gain 2 when they're adjacent. So and I got a +1, so that's 8.
Oh, nicely done.
So get a good chunk out of that.
Seems like you're coming really strong out of the gate here.
Yeah, we've had some good numbers on our attacks there for sure.
Yeah,
but you can see that the way, like a 5 attacks and then a 2 heal, great.
Yes,
plus the 1 shield.
Oh, that's perfect.
So I'm gonna use take 2 damage here to do 4 and 4 attack.
Oh wow, yeah, that's nice. You're very efficient on your part though. But
I hate that 0.
Oh, that is awful.
It's so like crushing. You get that?
Yeah.
You're like
Yeah. So, but at least this gives you maybe if you get a lucky attack here.
Okay. I did get a wound on the skeleton, so the skeleton's life
helpful.
is now it's It's on the clock.
Yeah, every point helps.
Actually,
Oh,
never
you just
mind. It doesn't even
decide
matter. I decided to not even give it another
finish
chance.
off,
When they
interesting.
kick back at you, it does really. See now this is what the cultist does. He pulls up more of them though.
Oh yeah, maybe you should have gone for the cultist.
Yeah, it may have been a better play.
Yeah.
But I may not have been able to take that 7 points off. So
That's true. That's true.
it was a bit of a 6-1. Now.
Yeah, but I would say the cultist is your number. Now that you're through those skeletons, now that you got to take out that cultist. If the cultist is going to raise more enemies,
More undead.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh wow.
And another 4 damage. Yeah, it's.
Jeez.
The scoundrel's starting to. Now I can zip ahead here.
Yeah. What's the plan with that?
Throw a retaliate on. I'm going to do an attack 4.
Oh, is that?
I'm going to pull up my trusty ally here.
Nice.
So, starts with 4 health, so it's not terrible.
Well, it's enough.
Yeah. The skeleton is going to get a free kick at the can
Yes.
at attacking. So,
Yeah.
but oh wow! Actually, no, it was stunned, so it didn't.
Oh, that's perfect. Was that
Yeah.
your attack that stunned?
Yeah. That was my attack.
that
So
was
it.
perfect. So now,
uh,
if you can use your ally to take out that cultist, that would be handy.
Yeah, exactly. So that'll be
So-
one less, and get the.
Now, when you're moving, are you kind of positioning yourself to get to the next door?
That's
already?
right.
Are you-
Yeah. I figured
that?
start moving towards that, and
Yeah, that's smart actually. But it's just one of those things where you're like bypassing your enemy. You're like, sorry guys, I'm busy.
I don't want to fight with you anymore. That's
Yeah,
right.
I need to go. And then they're like following behind you. Ooh, that
That's
was
right.
nice. That ally took out some nice health from the skeleton there. That was very effective.
That's right. Yeah, a good chunk.
Yeah, and combined with your swift bow.
So here was a dilemma because right beside you don't get as good odds.
Yeah,
So
you go for the cultist for sure.
and that
Yeah,
did him in. So
smart.
that's great. So
That's perfect,
there's one
yeah.
less to worry about.
Yeah, and living bones will do it. Oh, just shielding up.
Yeah.
And
Getting a little more
that's fine.
shield. Down to 3 though, and I've got the 2. And I know that scoundrel's most likely. So here's the next room though. We got.
oh, interesting. Okay, so you're like rushing right in. No, I think the more you have played this game, you're more aggressive than you
Yeah.
used to be.
Well, you know, as we've talked about before, you just don't have time to not be.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
not a lot of time. So these night demons, they actually are nasty little. They take a good
Yeah.
chunk of. Look at that, 6 damage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then they do
Oh,
a second
jeez.
attack. Yeah.
Wow.
So
Jeez.
4 more. Yeah, and then another pop for
Wow.
1. So,
Oh, wow. Those are nasty.
and then
That's
now
another
that-
cultist.
yeah,
there.
another regular cultist, which is at least the
Okay.
only upside I have here. But
Yeah.
luckily, so I've got my my trusty rejuvenate all my health. I believe it's called
Yes.
from the brink card. So that'll be coming into play quite soon for the berserker here.
Yeah. You're doing a.
And I have to have the scoundrel finish off this.
Yeah.
This Mr. Bones.
Well, you got the ally there though, and the ally is going to stick around and
And actually
Yeah.
do all the work for me.
do all the work. Yeah. So
Now here's the one dilemma. So my scoundrel can make really good tracks, as you
Yes.
can see here. Right, he's got the range.
Yeah.
But the ally, one movement at a time, one square at a time. So it's good at. I don't
Yeah.
even know if we'll see the ally back again. or
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
but
For the rest of the game.
yeah, he'll be just slowly trudging along.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a slow pace.
So I decided to pull back. Oh, actually, did I pull back the card? No, I didn't actually. So yeah, no, there was an option
So
there.
Maw Madness and Furious Aid.
And it's time to heal up a little bit here. So
Interesting. Yeah.
just get a little
But
bit.
not a ton of health though. You're only up to what? 8? Yeah.
Yeah.
7.
And I thought I'd give, because I know I have the healing ability card. I thought I'd throw the heal over to the scoundrel. Who scoundrel does not have that. Oh, there's the drawback card. That's what I was gonna do. I just had to play it first though. So,
Yeah, nice. Okay, perfect.
yeah, I wanted the maw back in my hand. So
Yeah. And the cultists, you can't make use of those traps
Nope.
to get anyone, I guess, eh?
No, I can't get them pushed into it.
Oh, wow.
1 health. Yeah, so we got a bit of problems with Scoundrel.
Yeah, that's some big. I wonder if the Scoundrel would have been better to hold back a bit, but I guess it doesn't. The
Well, I was
positioning in
hoping to
Gloomhaven
use...
for me is always a bit of a mystery.
Yeah, because the Scoundrel has the one ability to one-shot kill, right? So
Yes.
the Visage.
Yes.
Also, Scoundrel does have the can take one shot for free card.
Yes.
So I'm gonna and there's the one movement, so
Jeez.
I can suffer no damage, and I can also attack up to 3 or 4 targets.
Oh wow.
So
Okay,
I can zip all 3 of them for at least 2 and see what happens and
just
chip away.
Yep. Oh, nice. That was pretty good.
Get that. Oh, another 0.
Oh.
Jeez. And another 0.
Oh
my gosh. So
wow.
I do have some heal as well for the Scoundrel, so we'll get.
Yeah, but you need it like that.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Getting quite low here.
Yeah, so you're definitely putting your gold to use and reinvesting in your quest.
Yeah, and even like
here.
items and allies and different abilities that are quite helpful. So
yeah, so that's interesting. So what was that one? That was a scroll?
yeah, so that was the Scoundrel has the one where the Scoundrel can let a nearby ally pull back up to 2 cards actually.
Oh, okay, nice.
So now, unfortunately, there again, I got a 0 on that
Jeez.
darn demon. I just can't seem to finish off. So
yeah, but you got some health back.
Got some health back, and I will be next turn, I believe. We'll see how bad the damage comes here, but I am gonna give myself a little bit of a buffer.
Yeah.
And I have a retaliate, so the retaliate will now smack back if they try to.
That'll be nice.
I'm kind of getting ready for the. I actually used up. I had a bunch of heals there, so there's my free shot. Okay.
Yeah.
They do get an extra
Just for
poke
one.
there. They get the second, which is kind of when they're hitting me because they'll get retaliated twice. So.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Nice. And that cultist really hasn't been doing a lot.
Not a lot of rezzing
overall.
up yet, which I'll take.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like that's just kind of standing around more or less.
Yeah.
Seems that way.
Yeah.
So how, I imagine there's one more room that you have to head to after this. I see a couple doors there, but the main
so
door...
there's also more doors to the right as well. So the doors on the right were I already investigated those, and it's just there's some treasure in there and some a box to pick up.
Yeah, but who has time?
Exactly.
I mean,
I basically did it when I was just going to explore the level and looking around to see.
Yeah.
Like, just basically kind of fact finding, if you will.
Yeah, I guess maybe if you are, if you're playing with more players, perhaps you can, fight with 3.
Yeah, you
and
can
let the
send
other
someone
guy
over for
explore.
sure. Yeah, 100%.
That's true.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just viewing this as a 2-player game, and I'm like, geez, there's not enough time, but maybe there is.
Now, so I get to pull a card back with that. I had a medallion that pulls any one of my my items back. So I pulled back the card that allows the Berserker to draw, and then I'm healing up for maximum again too.
Yeah,
which is
that
kinda
is
nice.
very useful, and healing the Scoundrel.
Yeah, and that heal actually is rejuvenating too. Every time I reset my cards, that one comes back. So.
Oh, nice.
That was bound to happen.
Yes.
Oh, with a shield on him too, so that's great.
Of course.
Yeah, that's right. So,
I'm just amazed that the cultist waited so long for, before putting some skeletons on the board.
yeah, I'm not. I've never actually played the cultist on the tabletop version, so I'm wondering if there's certain conditions that have to be met, or if it's like a roll or something, or a card flip, or
Yeah, no, I think it's the cards that determine the actions of the baddies. I think it probably dictates
how that works.
way. Yeah, But
and that's one actually nice thing about the game interface. It takes care of all that housekeeping for you.
Yeah, that's why I vote for this version of the game to be actually the best way to play it, because you have none of the setup time. You don't have any of the fiddliness.
It's really clean.
Yes. Oh, geez.
So this is the final room.
Nice. Two very attractive.
There is Jekserah in the back 40.
So you're looking to run over there.
I have to.
Right
so
away.
the only real job is to kill her. I've got to finish her
that's
off.
true, actually.
So I don't need to worry about. Obviously those blobs are going to do a serious damage.
Yes. But you're in reasonably good shape overall. I mean, you have, overall, I think you're in pretty good shape.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. But when you see what her ability is, it is rather unpleasant. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So. You'll see quite shortly.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I do have this trap to play with.
Yeah.
So I was really hoping to get her onto the trap, but I can only pull her one spot.
Oh.
But I can pull that blob into the end of the trap.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, may as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the traps are fun. They're not the be all and end all, but.
Yeah. So some of them will do some serious damage, like 8 damage and stuff. So there's.
And I think next time it looks like that poor ally just needs to be released closer to the end, like maybe even preferably in the last room.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was just worried about even getting out of that first room without some extra help. So it was kind of a delicate balance of do I just release it early, or do I hold off and try?
Well,
and
just
get
in
through?
retrospect, I think you could have handled that. Like having the ally was great, but now the ally is so out of position that you lose a lot of the benefit.
That's true.
So
now a four health though is maybe gonna last one attack.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's the drawback to the ally, because it's still pretty weak.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I've also in later rounds discovered some bird allies as well, which have 2 health, so they're even skinnier on the.
Wow.
Yeah.
So are there any cards or anything that you feel are best used in this?
That took all that.
That was a lot of damage.
Well, see, now this is where it's this final room here where it becomes pretty tricky, because you've just got so many people and so many enemies in one room.
Yes, it's very crowded.
Yeah. And
what's this
and
ability
Jekserah's not done
Jekserah's-
yet, because she reses, but she just doesn't res 1. She reses 2.
Gosh.
Yeah. So and she zips around a bit, and
your only advantage might be maybe to get into a corner and
and I'm in there right now, and I have the Maw of Madness, so I can get damage to everyone around, heal myself back up.
Yeah.
I also have the Retaliate feature, which is going to give damage.
But I'm just thinking, because those melee, if they're melee monsters, they can you can only be surrounded by, 3 at a time, say, or if you move the scoundrel 1 space, then there's only 2 possible places that those melee attacks can come from. So it does you can fill the whole room with enemies. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, that's true. That's true, right? Because you're backed into a corner.
So that in that sense, I think positioning in Gloomhaven is. Something that
it's
makes
pretty
sense.
key. Yeah. Here. So what I did here was I've got and they're trudging along.
Yeah. The ally could have been much more useful in the final room. I think that's where you kind of have
to place them. Yeah. So what I'm doing here is I got the range attack 2, and I can obviously
4 targets. You might as well.
Yeah.
See what you can do. I know it's not as good attacking adjacent, but
he's the lowest health, so I'm thinking I may as well. Oh, and a 0 on that.
Yeah.
So we got Jekserah down to 27.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe with the wound. Actually, that blob is gonna die on his turn, because he'll lose 1 health.
Yeah.
I got the Maw of Madness coming, so actually it won't even really matter, because the Berserker will finish off that blob, most likely.
Yes. So there you go. Yeah, so the Mob Madness definitely for this.
Actually, you know what though? I went with the lower half of the option here.
Yeah.
And I took the suffer up to 5
Suffer-
damage.
Oh,
So that I went because I'm going all in on Jekserah.
Yes.
And 4 more attack plus 2 a hit there, so we're down to 14. So we got some good hits.
Yeah, that's pretty tough though. I mean, I thought you started the scenario really strong, but now it seems like whoa, this could be.
And she's pulling up more blobs.
But that's okay though. If you're tucked away in a corner, like if you're standing in the middle of the room, yes, that I would say that's a bad thing. But they can't, like they can only come at you. Like the scoundrel can only be attacked but from 2 directions.
Yeah, now the scoundrel's getting low on cards too, and and low on health. So we
Yes,
got a bit of a snag
I'm not
with
saying
scoundrel.
it's ideal, but it's definitely, you're limiting your exposure, right?
Yeah,
And so
that's true.
Yeah, summon another 6 dudes. It doesn't matter.
Oh, look at this! We have a little side story going on here.
That's awesome. I totally forgot about that cultist even being there. Oh,
yeah,
and it's distracted a blob too. That's
right. Oh, and there goes one blob. One blob is down, so that's good. So we have another attack 3.
Yeah. And you really have to go all in. I mean, 12 hit points for. That's maybe a.
So my dilemma was, do I try and get back that the Mob Madness to use the bottom half card again, right? So I suffer 5 damage but get 8 hits.
Oh,
and it's a low initiative number 2, which is encouraging.
Yes. Yeah, so, I think it's worth a shot. And the Scoundrel is down to the last 4 cards, right?
Last 4. So Scoundrel can go this turn or short rest and pull in. Actually, I still could do one more turn after this. Yes. So, 2 turns in total here for Scoundrel. Jeez. So yeah, things are getting a little thin here. We're getting down to brass tacks. But so is Jekserah. She's only at 12 health, so that's not.
I mean, you got to go all in. I see why you went in and just like, who cares about the blobs or whatever? They're incidental. Just got to go all in on
Jekserah at this point, right? Yeah, and so I wanted to get closer because I think my Berserker had a bonus for being adjacent to. Oh, and there's 5 damage.
Oh, nice.
So that's great.
That's the Scoundrel.
Yeah, that we need to be having in this game.
Weight right there.
Yeah. So I just decided to stay pat because I wanted the gold plus.
Yep. Well, hopefully you're going to finish the game here anyway, right? So.
Ideally. Oh, sorry. Yes. It was +2 to gain 2 attack, so I can gain 2 attack.
Yep.
And then so that's a 5 attack now.
Okay. Nice.
Heal 1. Oh, and 6. So we're down. So anything but a purple circle. That's the only thing I don't want here.
Oh, wow.
And I don't even need it, and that's all I needed.
Nice.
So there it is.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Although
now they do get a turn. All the rest of them.
Oh, do they? Oh my gosh.
To try and finish us off, yeah.
Whoa, that's
so we've still got the cultist probably going after my. Oh wait, still we have another skeleton here.
Yeah, another skeleton. Oh,
so I can burn my only available card.
Oh wow.
Now I can burn if I have to those 2 discarded cards too.
Yes. Like are the blobs gonna get one final attack?
They will.
Well?
They will get one final attack. So I may need to burn the last remaining.
So now you're just sitting there burning cards to stay alive.
Exactly. Wow, I'm so low on health.
I thought the game would end right there and then, but
no, they
cultist is going all in
raising another skeleton, and here comes a blob to
he comes running back.
So I got to burn my only 2 remaining cards. If I get hit one more time, I'm out here. But
wow, that is crazy.
I'm not sure if that blob in the
Oh, but he damaged 0. Oh,
yeah, that was lucky. That was very lucky. And if you notice, the Scoundrel even has poison.
Oh wow!
So there it is. So she collapses, life fleeing from her eyes. You have no idea what's coming. As she whispers.
That's pretty much the definition of a Pyrrhic victory. Like you were totally done.
Yeah. So this final room was quite hard to sort of figure out. But you're right. Get to the corner. And the key is to get into Jekserah as fast as you can. So.
Yes. Yeah.
So we each gained a perk point there.
Oh, nice.
Yep, we got
Perfect.
the door open and no one exhausted. We got some great records there. A ton of different new achievements.
Excellent. Yeah.
So
yeah, that's so that took you a few tries though to get that figured out, eh?
Yeah, it definitely did. It was not. There's a Merchant of Doom achievement unlocked as well. So
yes.
It definitely did take some figure, even just to sort the map out. Oh, and here is
the guard, and are paid handsomely for the bounty on her. If you're interested, I may have some more work for you, he says grimly. First of all, we've had reports from northern scouts of sightings of a large, flying creature. They're afraid of dragons. He shakes his head in annoyance. I'd like you to head to the northern pass and investigate. Closer to home, however, there is some trouble brewing in the sewers below the sinking market. The wells in the area seem to be poisoned, and the sewers have become infested with snakes and sentient slimes, making further investigation difficult. I need you to discover the source of the poison.
Nice.
There's nothing I hate more than sentient slime, by the way.
Yeah.
So I thought we'd just give a little of the backstory there. A Wealth 4 achievement, so we got some new items in the shop because of that.
That's perfect.
New location, the Mountain Pass has opened.
Yep.
And there's the abandoned sewers.
Sounds like fun.
And there will be in a coming video also a little story on the town records, because new history to the Gloomhaven saga and its backstory opens up as well. So we'll feature that in another episode.
Yeah. Well, for those of us who made it to the end here, thank you so much for watching. Please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe down below.
This has been Legendary Tactics.